again, as we said, that they've got their mitts in a lot of the media. This includes the Internet. They'll try and smokescreen this issue by calling this hateful or anti-Semitic. Folks, go to a website called www.JewsAgainstZionism.com.
Right.
Now, are you going to call them hateful or anti-Semitic? You've got some idiots out there that will anything to try and smokescreen the truth. But here's a website that pays particular attention to the differences between the Talmud and the Torah. The Talmud is as satanic as you can be. I mean, it says that homosexuality, bestiality, adultery, all these things are A-okay.
The Talmud is set up to claim that anybody who worships Jesus as the Messiah is guilty of idolatry, and the punishment is beheading.
That's correct.
That's in the Talmud, and that's what, when George Bush said that our country was based on the Noahide laws, which nobody even caught. This is part of it. They can implement this anytime they want to.
And, of course, we've got some interesting pictures of George Bush standing up there with his hand on his heart right in front of the Israeli flag. By the way, folks, that flag sports a hexagram, which is a more occultic symbol than the famed Hollywood pentagram is.
Right. The Star of David didn't even come out until the late 1800s. Because the Jews were not allowed to have symbols. In the Old Testament, the Lord said He did not want them to have symbols and signs.
If you check this out, if you go to some of the websites, the worshipers of, was it Thule? There's a lot of satanic websites, and they sport this hexagram. It is an occultic symbol. If you're going to hide something, the best place to hide something is in plain sight.
Oh, yeah, right in front of your face.
People will look at it, they'll look through it, they'll look around it, but they'll never actually focus on what it is they're looking at.
It's almost like the pyramid on the back of our dollar bill symbolizing the Masonic symbol of the all-seeing eye, Horus.
Yeah.
And everybody has it in their pockets and hands every day, and nobody's paying attention to what our government's really saying.
Why does our government have money? The IRS, why do all these organizations use the pyramid with the eye on it? Why did DARPA, Defense Advanced Research Projects Association, agency, why did they use the pyramid with the all-seeing eye looking down on the earth as their original symbol before everybody started spreading this around saying, aha, look, see? Then they magically take it off their website and pretend it didn't exist. This is the symbol of the Illuminists that want to bring in this New World Order.
Right, and I got that symbol before they took it down, and you got it. You've got it on your homepage for LL News 5. Information
Awareness Office. And I thought that was very appropriate because I'm trying to make people aware of the information that's going on. Well, it's like, right now this Nazi Patriot Act, they want to know what you're reading in the libraries, and now they want to destroy citizen material that helps you retrieve, items that governments have seized in a raid.
Yep.
They want to have the libraries eliminate this material. Don't people see where this country is moving toward? I mean, it's mimicking 1939 Nazi Germany.
Right, and it is. There's so much, going on at one time. It's been happening slowly over the years. A lot of people are starting to wake up. I think the biggest hang-up today that the church people have is that when you throw that word out, Zionism, they automatically want to rally support around the Jews. Because, the Christians and the Jews, they were brothers. But they don't understand what Zionism really is. It's not the Jews in Israel, the real blood Jews. It's the Satanists that have infiltrated it. Zionism is a political agenda. It has nothing to do with religion. And those people are about as helpless against that as we are here in America trying to fight the New World Order.
Here's a big clue, people. Revelations 2, verse 9, where it says, I know of the blasphemy of those that say they are Jews, but do lie. And it goes on to talk about them being of the synagogue of Satan. Real Jews that worship the Torah are good guys. You've got good and bad in every group, and there are some people that say, well, this is the Hegelian dialectic, and they're just manipulating both sides. They're all bad. I do think there are good and bad in every group. The Torah is the first 5 books of the Bible, folks. I mean, these people are worshiping the 10 Commandments in the Torah. They don't support homosexuality. Well, turn around and look at the other side of the coin. Why do you have groups like B'nai B'rith, the ADL, and others that are pushing homosexuality, that are protecting that in schools, that are pushing it in Hollywood? Because they are the false Jews. You've got the real ones, the Hebrew-speaking, Torah-worshipping Jews. Then you got the false ones, the Talmud-worshipping, generally Yiddish Khazar types, and they're the ones that run Israel. It's the same with this country. We've got Satanists running our government. I mean, Bush is Bohemian Grove, Skull and Bones, Ozzy Osbourne, coked up freak. That's the type of people that they put in governments all over the world.
Right, and they put them in both parties, so you really don't have a choice. You think you're choosing between a Democrat and Republican, but they all come from the same brotherhood.
Yeah, Kerry. Look at Kerry. How many pro-Israeli statements has he made? And, yeah, he's all willing to send our kids to die for more of their causes.
If they were really pro-Israel, okay, would they be separating that land and taking that land away from them and giving it to the Arabs? Would they be pressuring that if they were really pro-Israel?
That's a good point.
You know, people need to wake up and think, why would they be trying to take all their protection away and their own land away from them if they were pro-Israel? You know, God said in the last days, you know, even the Antichrist is going to speak in dark sentences, and what they do is they say one thing and they do another. You know, they say white is white, but to them it's black, and good is evil, and evil is good. Everything is backwards. And if they were really supporting Israel, they would be strengthening their borders, not chopping them down and giving them over to the Arabs. That's sheer destruction, and the Jews know that. America's playing both sides of the coin, and it's a dangerous side to be on.
I want to give a little bit of a plug here, if I might, Sherry.
Sure, go ahead.
One of the things that I did for a few years now, Mark Kernke is a patriot up in Michigan who put out several videos called the America in Peril series. Mark was warning about the New World Order from 1991 on. His videos are very good. They set Mark Kernke up and arrested him, imprisoned him, because he was warning everybody they were going to turn this country into a police state. They were going to turn the military bases into prison camps, and how ironic that he is now in the former Air Force Base, Kenchlow, Michigan. But I, for a few years, had done his radio show, you know, basically picked up the flag and continued on where he left off, on what he'd started, which was Republic Radio, which then became usurped by GCN, Genesis Radio. It is very interesting in November 2003 what happened there. Supposed alternative radio also has its frauds. And it turns out that this GCN radio also will not expose the Zionist influence in the media because...
So they took it away from them, basically.
Well, they've got a bunch of Zionists there themselves. You know, there's a duo, Joyce and Dave, that's big out of there that have been on Coast to Coast, and they wouldn't let a Mr. John Kaminsky speak on their program because he wanted to talk about Zionist control of the media on their program. They basically told them, oh, well, our people have told us that we don't want to touch on that subject here. Folks, you got to have 100% if you're going to hit that bullseye.
Yeah, you know, it takes a lot to get on that show because I've been trying to get on that show and warn him of the alien invasion coming, and yes, he could be something Art Bell would jump on. He doesn't want me on. He doesn't want the truth. He wants to be able to sugarcoat it.
Well, there's certain things that they're staying away from. I mean, it took forever to get some of them to talk about chemtrails. Chemtrails are real, folks. I mean, they are modifying the weather. They are doing biological experimentation. They're doing a number of things with chemtrails and admitted military